Comic books, more than anything else, are my bread and butter. But a lot of the times, a lot of the comic book stuff that I'm interested in is older than I am, or became popular when I was born or around then. Case in point, before I could go and buy my own comic books, uh, they had already run the story of Batman, Battle for the Cowl, which I finally got around to reading recently after the events of Final Crisis and the alleged death of Bruce Wayne, Batman. When Batman dies, which Robin will rise? That's my way of thinking of this entire plot. Because with Batman dead, who's taking up the cowl? Will it be the reluctant Nightwing, the dedicated Tim Drake, or the ever psychotic and still early on in his resurrection, Jason Todd? When I got this book, I got the complete edition, so I got all the side stories. I got the Azrael, I got the Batgirl, I even got the GCPD stuff, all just tucked away because the actual battle for the cowl is like 3 pages, not pages, three books long. But I got everything else tacked around. I got the full breadth of the story, and I loved it. I thought Dick Grayson, Nightwing's reluctance to take up the mantle of Batman was very appropriate, very accurate. I loved that Jason Todd was essentially his antagonist, his, like, antithesis, I guess is the right word. I think it's the right word. I should know that. My degree's in English. But I like the contrast between one another. I like the writing. Tony Daniel, who I don't think I've read much of from before, but Tony Daniel did a great job. He's also apparently the artist, from brief searching up. Verify that if you will, but all the other stories that go in the complete deluxe edition are also very good. I like the pacing of Battle for the Cowl. I think it did exactly what it needed to do. It needed to work Dick Grayson through his fears of assuming the mantle of the Batman. And with that, he was not exactly taking over, but the way that he resolved his issue was starting to look at it like the performance of a lifetime. Not that he is Batman, but that he gets to play the role of Batman, I guess, and I liked that. Overall, if you have never read this, this is probably one of my newfound favorite comic books. I'd always wanted to read it, it always looked cool, and luckily, it is as good as I'd hoped.
Voice calibration complete.
I need to pick a target before giving an order.
Open.